With talks of Devin Haney moving up to 140 pounds, a fight between Vasyl Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson looks likely. Ultimately, this matchup would be a battle of technical brilliance and ring generalship. The actual outcome will depend on how well each fighter executes their game plan and capitalizes on their strengths while neutralizing the opponent's advantages. Let's look into it. Both fighters excel in footwork and creating angles, but Lomachenko is often regarded as having some of the best footwork in boxing. He can pivot, move in and out of range, and change directions with incredible speed and precision. As his opponent initiates an attack, Lomachenko performs a quick pivot on the balls of his feet, turning away from the opponent while maintaining his guard. This pivot can be in either direction, but he prefers the opponent's weak side. The pivot creates an acute angle between Loma and his opponent. This in turn allows him to move away from the opponent's power side and position himself at an advantageous angle. After attacking on the angle, Lomachenko exits, either by pivoting back to the center or circling away. This movement prevents the opponent from retaliating effectively. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, is a master of slipping, rolling, and controlling space at all ranges, especially when his opponent throws straight punches like jabs and crosses. As his opponent launches a punch, Stevenson uses his upper body and head movement to slip or sway away from the incoming punch. He leans or ducks in either direction, evading the punch without moving his feet much. Immediately after slipping, Stevenson follows up with a quick slide step or roll. This lateral movement allows him to create an angle and reposition himself relative to his opponent. With the opponent's punch avoided and the lateral slide completed, Stevenson is now in an excellent position to do what he wants. His opponent may be slightly off balance after missing, giving Stevenson a split-second advantage. After landing the counterpunch or opting not to counter altogether, Stevenson can use his quick footwork to either slide back to the center of the ring or pivot out to the side, resetting the distance and preparing for the next exchange. Lomachenko's boxing IQ is exceptional, and he is known for making in-fight adjustments to exploit his opponent's weaknesses. Stevenson also possesses a high boxing IQ and has shown the ability to adapt during fights, albeit what some would say being against lesser competition on their respective resumes. Regardless of this, most feel that the younger Shakur Stevenson's abilities far surpass what we have seen displayed in the ring. Shakur Stevenson has an amazing feint game. He sets up his feints and counters by multiple degrees, drawing reactions from his opponents. Stevenson's lead hand jousting or shoulder feints make him extremely hard to read, creating mental gymnastics for his opposition. He carefully observes his opponent's responses while paying close attention to how the opponent reacts. Looking for any openings or vulnerabilities, Stevenson possesses the ability to quickly identify any openings or defensive lapses. His IQ processes far beyond most and allows him to choose the most effective counterpunch for the given situation. This stacks mind games, precision, the conservation of energy, and a psychological advantage all in Shakur's favor, and all but renders his opponents helpless as he cruises to decisive victories that don't even look close. Lomachenko also utilizes feints, but they work in unison with his aforementioned pivots and step-around game. Before executing the step-around, Lomachenko often uses a feint, a sudden change of rhythm, or a slight distraction to momentarily occupy his opponent's focus. He then looks for any shifts in weight or positioning that might indicate an opening. This usually creates a 50-50 option. Lomachenko either quickly steps to the side of his opponents while maintaining close proximity, or explodes forward if the level changes and feints are ignored. Loma is capable of creating strategic advantages off angles, surprise his opponents with explosive movement, and closing the range between him and his opposition. These things all build on Lomachenko's tactical brilliance, enabling him to create opportunities and control the flow of the fight, often catching the eye of judges with sneaky punches that draw reactions from the crowd. Both fighters have solid defensive skills and are proficient counterpunchers. Stevenson is a skilled defensive fighter and has reasonably drawn comparisons to Floyd Mayweather while also having excellent counterpunching abilities. But Lomachenko's active and somewhat aggressive style sees you hit at a different phase in the action, and therefore defense has never been his calling card, especially in the latter stages of his career. This is also what separates the two. In boxing, you are likely to get hit in either one of three phases: before, during, or after a punch. Stevenson combines sharp defense and counterpunching that exploits on the second phase, which is during your punch while in transition. This is how Shakur is able to compensate for the lack of one-punch knockout power. Lomachenko, more times than not, will attack before you have let your hands go, opting to be first in the action, utilizing an explosive first step. If his opposition doesn't have great reflexes or good understanding of range control, defense isn't a necessity for him. Looking forward at this matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Vasyl Lomachenko, you see a battle of technical brilliance at the highest levels. Some feel that Lomachenko's footwork, aggressiveness, and ability to adapt could give him a slight overall advantage. However, Stevenson's youth, defensive skills, sharp, accurate punches, and IQ could make it a one-sided dominant performance that would see the exit of the aging Loma. The actual outcome would depend on how well each fighter executes their game plan on the night. And for myself and the fans, I hope it's one that boxing can deliver. Let me know what you think of the matchup in the comment section below. I look forward to reading. Shout outs to the first 400 subscribers to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.